Welcome back to 843 TV. We're here with Joe Lee. He's town councilman with the town of Port Royal. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome to you all.
So we're out here in this lovely area. This is the first anniversary of your Wetlands project.
Certainly is, and we want to welcome you to the Wetlands project. We opened this project last year, May. So we've had a year of seeing what goes on here, and we're just so pleased that the people enjoying it. It's a half-mile track around the wetlands.
Okay.
It includes a boardwalk that allows you to get pretty close to the wildlife, and we have about 50 nests of egrets. We have alligators nesting, and we have ducks. We have turtles, and you can get really close to them, but not dangerously close. So
All right.
Don't get too close.
Yeah, we don't want to get too close, but it's been quite a success story for us, and we're pleased to host the 843 here today.
All right, outstanding, excellent.
So Joe, tell me, the stormwater element portion of this project has been pretty important. Tell us how.
Well, yeah, David, the whole point of it was originally as a stormwater mediation project. This had been here for a long time, but it had not been connected to anything, and so the stormwater would get in here, wouldn't have any place to go. So now we've connected several ponds before the rainwater gets into the Beaufort River. This whole thing serves about 200 acres of Port Royal, including area along Rebo Road and Paris Avenue. And we collect all the water from a storm into this first pond here, which is about 8 million gallon capacity. That water sits here. We have an outflow if that outflow's ever reached due to a huge storm. But the idea is the stormwater stays here, it gets absorbed in the ground, the trees use it, the birds use it as habitat, the fish use it, and so the main thing is to let it sit here, the water that is, long enough for all the pollutants to drop out of it before it gets to the Beaufort River. So this serves so many businesses and residents that their stormwater fees help maintain this project. Since we started last May, we've not released any water to the river out of this whole project. So that's great because it's been able to be retained and purified.
Wonderful.
Do you have an official name for your project?
We do. We spent several meetings agonizing over what to really call this Wetlands project. And it turns out that most people are interested in it as a rookery, and that attracts a wide audience of bird lovers, and bird lovers come from all over to visit us here. So we call it the Port Royal Rookery and Wetlands Trail, Cypress Wetlands Trail, excuse me, because we have some of the oldest cypress that can be viewed inside a town limit. So this is all within walking distance of an elementary school and a preschool, and it's also right in front of the YMCA, which is behind us on the corner over here. So the walking path goes in front of the Y, and the huge windows where the Y exercise machines are look right out on top on the birds. And so we have a huge interest in people from local, from outside the area, and everyone's taking pictures and throwing them up on the internet. So we use the eBird site, which is a national site for tracking birds and bird species.
Well, people obviously use it because with us just sitting here, there's people walking all around the track.
They certainly do.
So there's a big celebration coming up. So give us some details. What's that all about?
Well, it's really great. The Audubon people from Fripp Island and the Island News people got together and came to the town and said, we'd like to do a birth celebration. We said, what, you know? And they said, well, the egrets are all birthing now. The eggs are hatching and the young'uns, and so we're going to put on a big festival here on the amphitheater where we're sitting right now on May the 11th at noon. And they're going to have a big birthday cake and celebrate the first anniversary of the facility, but also the birth of these new birds. And they're expected to be several hundreds of birds that will be a little bit older than just nestlings, because we wanted them big enough that they would stand out above the nest, so you'd be able to see them. So people will be able to come at noon and bring the kids and enjoy a festival here of birthday cake.
So can you literally walk
All the way
around through here,
Yes.
and you can see the birds' nests and all
Yes,
that stuff?
you can see the
My
birds
kids would love
and the
that.
alligators and the turtles, and you can park right here on Paris Avenue.
I don't need to see the gators, but
Oh,
the birds
yeah,
are
that's
fine.
Well, I'll tell you, Joe, the really interesting thing that you pointed out earlier is the fact that this amenity is right within a city. Because typically, if you're going to see Cypress, if you're going to see wetlands, you have to leave,
Right.
an area and go out into a rural area, a bit more remote, to see this. So it's just great that this is right here and in such walking
It's
distance.
been such a huge benefit to us. We're
Absolutely.
Really pleased with it.
So folks are going to come, they're going to visit. What should they bring with them? What should they wear? If they come to check out this project, what do you recommend?
My suggestion to everyone when I invite them to come is bring your children and your grandchildren, your neighbor's children and your neighbor's grandchildren.
Okay.
Then bring cameras and bring binoculars, and there are certain places you can sit, so you can bring a chair and sit and watch. And maybe a little bug spray. So we do have dragonflies that are eating the bugs, so we're trying to keep the bugs down as low as possible. And you can hear a bird behind me. That's part of we trained that bird to come just before I...
Right on cue.
Yes. Thank everyone, and please come visit us.
Now, will there
right.
be people here too, for all of us who
there will be
don't
tourists.
understand?
Yes,
Like what
we
we're
will
looking
have
at?
guides, exactly.
They'll
Thank
tell
for
you what
bringing
kind of
that up.
birds you're looking at?
Yep.
Fantastic.
And name them, yes.
All right.
Cool.
Well, Joe Lee, thank you for joining us once again.
Oh, yeah, I love
All
it.
right. All right.
Thanks
And
for coming.
Stick around. We'll be back with more 843 TV.